Hey everyone, just wanted to get on here and share my two most recent visions from the Lord. I promised I would post them on my page anytime I felt like the Lord shared something with me. And I just want to be obedient. I've been sitting on these two for a little bit, but now is the right time to share them. I feel in my spirit. So I'm just going to get right into it, and I pray that this will be a blessing to anyone who listens to it, that it will encourage and strengthen your faith. And I believe God for it. So I'll just get right into my first one that I'm going to share in this video. This first one is pretty quick, so that's why I'm just going to share both of them together in this video. So it starts off, it's me and my best friend, and we're about to get into this car. The dream starts off, we're about to get into the car. But before we get into the car that we were about to get into, we were ambushed. This guy ran up behind us in like this black hoodie, and he just bolted at both of us and ambushed us. And I remember my best friend falling off to the right, and I fell another direction. And then the next thing I remember seeing was the guy that ambushed us. He had a gun, and he was pointing right on me. And I knew that he was trying to pull the trigger, that he wanted to pull the trigger so bad. But I wasn't saying to him, please don't shoot me, or please, I wasn't, fighting for my life or anything like that, or pleading for my life. The only thing that I said to him, and I said it at least 20, 25 times, like 20 to 30 times, I just kept repeating it with force, and so much force. And the more I would say it, the more I could just feel the words penetrating him. So I just kept saying, Jesus is coming, Jesus is coming, Jesus is coming, Jesus is coming. I said it at least, like I said, 20, 30 times. And the more I kept saying it, it was making it harder for him to pull the trigger. And he started taking the gun off of me, and he started putting his hands on his head, and he just started crying. Like the words were penetrating him. I knew they were. He just started crying, and then out of nowhere, he just bolted and he took off. And then I woke up. And I just thought that dream was so prophetic, because that's all I've been doing these past, few months, and like past year. I've just been trying to encourage everyone and warn people who don't believe that Jesus is coming soon. I know I'm not the only one that believes that. I believe it with all of my soul, especially after these visions that he's been sharing with me. It's just confirmation that Jesus is coming sooner than we think, and we need to be ready today, for we know not the hour nor the day, but we do know the season. And it talks about this in the book of Acts, that he'll pour out his spirit on all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy and see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams. And if you go on like YouTube and you type in like rapture dreams and things like that, you'll see that there's a widespread of so many people having these visions from the Lord about him coming back soon, and about what's going to follow after the rapture. So, like I said, that was the first one. It was very quick. I'm just going to get right into the second one. And this last one I'm about to share, I had this one about 5 days ago. So I'm just going to get right into this one. So this dream starts off, and when I think about it, it was almost as if it was, I don't know, like it was a continuation almost of my very first dream that I shared on this page with the blood moon dream. So it starts off, and I'm in my apartment that I'm currently in right now, and I'm looking out the window, and my older brother Javon is in the apartment with me. It's just me and him. And I'm looking out the window, and I'm staring at the moon, and the moon is, this time it's like a lunar eclipse. It wasn't like that dark, rich, like dark red blood color, like in my first vision where the moon turned into a blood moon. It was just like a lunar eclipse that like we would see on like any normal lunar eclipse with our normal eyes. It was like that orangey kind of reddish color moon. And I'm staring at it, and then all of a sudden it turns from that color, it turns to a normal full moon, like, the white, just a normal full moon like we would see with our eyes. Then the moon started getting larger, like it was just filling with something. And I started seeing it like illuminate these lights that like I've never seen before. Like, and the only thing I could really compare it to was, if you think of like clouds, like during a storm when like the electricity is like you could see like the bolts of lightning and electricity in the clouds. It sort of reminded me of that. It was just illuminating and shining off these lights that it doesn't normally shine off. And I turned to my brother, who was sitting on the couch playing the game at the time, and I'm trying to get his attention. I'm like, Javon, come look at this. I'm like, come look at this. I'm like, come look at it now. And I remember I was saying it with such force, and I was just like, come look at this. Like, get over here and look at this now. And I remember he got up and he came to the window, and he saw what I saw. He saw the moon shining off and doing this supernatural thing that it was doing. And then he was the first one to notice that a meteor was crashing towards the earth. And when he said it, he said something like, it's a meteor crashing towards the earth. And then he took off and he ran out of the apartment. And that was the last I seen of him in the dream. And then I look and I saw the meteor that was coming crashing towards the earth, but it wasn't crashing towards the earth like we would normally think, or like we would see in like one of those sci-fi movies. It wasn't coming crashing from like a slanted angle. It was a vertical drop. Like you would take a ball and just you move your hand and it would just fall straight towards the ground. That's how this meteor, and I call it a meteor because that's what my brother had called it in the dream. It didn't have like a fiery tail behind it like we would see in like a sci-fi movie or something like that. And like I said, it wasn't crashing towards Earth at like an angle. It was just plummeting so fast as a vertical drop. It was just dropping vertical. And it was like this dark gray, just almost like a mini moon to a certain extent. It just sort of looked like a smaller version of a moon, but it didn't give off any light. It was just a dark gray, just rock-looking thing, rock/meteor-looking thing. And I'm watching it literally the whole time as it's plummeting to the earth, but it was dropping so fast. And I waited literally until like the last second before it impacted the earth and before it crashed to the ground. And right before it crashed, I tried to turn and run myself, just like my brother did. I tried to run out of my apartment. But before I could make it out the door, I felt the impact of the meteor crash towards the ground. And I felt the ground shake. And it shook so much that it knocked me off my feet. And I fell over to my side. And then I woke up from this dream, from this vision. And I prayed on it like I do all of these dreams and visions. I pray on them for interpretation and for clarity, and that I might retain them so that I can share them with other people as accurately as possible. And that was all I saw in this dream, and I prayed on it. And if anyone has any interpretations as to what they think that may mean, or what I may have saw, please put it in the comments. I just want to be obedient and just share what I'm seeing from the Lord. And I pray that these dreams, like I said, will encourage and strengthen everyone's faith. I believe that Jesus is coming so soon. He's coming sooner than we think. I believe in the rapture of the church before the tribulation. And after that, I believe the 7 year period of tribulation will follow. And I just pray that this is a blessing to anyone and everyone who listens to it. And I will most surely be back to share any other visions that the Lord may give to me. But until then, God bless. Keep your faith in Jesus Christ and trust in him wholeheartedly, and you will be saved. I believe it. God bless you all.